so you guys know I'm like nursing below the fold.
Yes, there we are. Y'all
Check out the
know who is
muscles.
that chick right there?
Uh,
Oh,
Look at my baby
I
face.
know. Our small beginning.
Amanda.
I know. Hopefully
Oh,
she sees this.
Hopefully she
check
does.
her out. She looks 16.
I know.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
oh, yes.
Look at
I
you.
can't wait. Got good news.
Oh my God.
Ah, no. Celebrate with us, everybody.
Yay.
Woo-hoo.
I know. And there, look,
Alrighty.
there she is, that big old girl. Girl, I look like a whole different person. Yay!
Hey.
Welcome.
Look who's here.
Hey.
So we
Hello.
are today is about show number 52. You guys, we made it. We made it. And it has blessed me tremendously. In the very beginning, hold on. Y'all remember?
Look at
Yes.
Yes. Love it. And now let's get our update. I'm just going to start with you, Rebecca. Give us an update because I know time is a ticking. You guys, the sacrifice that she made to be here tonight, you guys, she pulled over on the side of the road. I'm thinking she got the baby in her arms. And to just get on here with us, and we appreciate it. Rebecca, take it away.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I was really appreciated. You just invited me to come back for this episode. Um, so I had my baby 3 weeks ago. So I am still in kind of that full recovery mom phase for sure.
Yeah.
And we ended up having to take an unexpected trip that was 3 hours each direction today, which with a baby means it's like 75 hours.
Oh, I
So
know.
it's like, I was like, oh, I will be back by like 2 or 3 o'clock because I'm just gonna run down and back. And it was not. I'm still an hour from home.
Don't worry. We're just thankful. So tell us about the baby. Tell us about just share.
Yes. Well, let me see. He's gonna come up and let him say hi real quick. He's very awake. There we go.
Oh,
Right there.
the baby carnivore.
That's right. Look at that.
He's a
Isn't
big
he cute?
baby.
He's
He's a big
adorable.
boy.
Yes.
Yeah, so he was born, he was 9 pounds and 12 ounces. And
Straight carnivore.
Exactly. And he was born at home. And like all of my children, I have home births with midwives. So that's
Yeah.
very special for us. And everything was, I will say it was a hard pregnancy for me at the end, but I can't, a lot of that's just being, I'm 42. So I'm, everything's a little harder than it used to be, but he was healthy and we had a healthy pregnancy, and that's the biggest thing. And yep, he's our carnivore baby. So he's,
Oh, wow.
So for everyone that's watching, Rebecca is carnivore family. And the entire family, she has 9 children now. It was 8
Yes.
when she started her channel. And look, my little nephew snuck in at the end. But the message that I want to give to women is 42, that she was a true carnivore before and during the pregnancy and now. So this baby, my nephew, has only had animal products.
That's right. That's right. And I will say it's been an interesting journey because going into carnivore, I didn't think I was going to be able to have any more children. I was experiencing a uterine disorder, very similar to endometriosis. And so we thought, probably not going to be able to get pregnant anymore. There's some just complications to that. And at one point we were even looking into a hysterectomy as a way of, that was the medical community's really only real solve to the problem. But we started carnivore a few months after that, and I thought, we'll just see how this goes. My symptoms never got better, but they never got worse. And then about a year, or I don't even know where it is, but somewhere year and a half in carnivore, I got pregnant again unexpectedly. So I take that and at one point, I haven't posted to my channel because I haven't done anything besides make a baby in a while. Um, but I did interview Dr. Kiltz right around the same time that we had him on the channel at one point, and it was really, it is, if you haven't seen any of his interviews out there, um, talking specifically things about fertility and what
Yeah.
carnivore can do for that, and just he's of the opinion that the vast majority of um, fertility issues are very diet related, and I would, you know, I think that was evidence for me. So
Yeah.
so that was kind of our story, and now we've got our baby. So I'm
How's your
hoping
husband?
Wow.
he's great. He's in good spirits. He's just doing the same, and I think this summer will be coming up on 3 years for
Wow.
carnivore. So
Yeah.
this next summer. So we've
Amazing.
been at it a long time. Long enough the kids didn't even ask for candy on Halloween. They're just like, they didn't even ask. They're like, whatever.
Right.
Perfect.
3
We're not going
Halloweens
to
without
keep you on
candy.
the side of the road. We're not going to keep you on the
Okay.
side of the road. Stay as long as you want. If you got to,
Okay.
Hi,
Yeah, I
sweet
know.
baby.
Thank you.
You
Give him a little
so
smile.
Oh,
Oh my
he is adorable.
Yes.
I know. No, he wants
Those
you to
cheeks,
go back
and
to
he's so
feeding him.
bright-eyed.
He's alert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, Rebecca, is
Yeah.
there any difference? Is this the first full carnivore baby? And is there any
Yes.
difference with this baby as opposed to the other babies?
The only difference what I had was I actually had morning sickness early on, and I've never had that with kids before. My midwife said that's a sign of really good hormones and a good
Yep.
healthy pregnancy. So I took that as but otherwise I haven't noticed anything different when people are always asking things about like milk production and, can you breastfeed and can you do this and can you do that? Everything has been totally normal. I think it might be hard to transition in the middle of it all. You might feel different, but going into it fully carnivore, it was pretty streamlined. So
And he definitely was a big, healthy baby.
yeah, yes,
Full-size baby.
yes,
So
exactly.
listen, what does like the medical professionals say in regards to what you're doing and stuff with the baby, being a carnivore mom?
Yeah, my midwife she's very easygoing. She's a vegetarian, so she was kind of like, no fruits and vegetables, no fiber. Well, I guess if you're not constipated, it's fine. Like that was kind of, she's sort of a live and let live for the most part. She asked me to take a prenatal. I was fine with that. I'm not sure that it was necessary, but and our pediatrician is also kind of the same way with the kids and with him. I mean, obviously he's not eating anything yet. He's still just nursing, but she's kind of just like, I get, they kind of don't get it, but they don't give us a hard time about it. So I'll take that as a win because they're healthy. So
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
know, I know. Oh my gosh, we got to still.
Mhm. There you go. There you go. I think he is filling up his diaper, so I'm gonna have to go.
No,
Ah,
that's
Here in a
fine.
minute. So I'm
Wait a minute, because when he was doing,
Yeah.
I said, "Is he pooping on the live
Yeah.
show?"
he is pooping.
That's the first on our live stream.
There you go.
That's right.
He's
Yes,
like, oh, look at
yes.
that face. That's a face.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only that, he wants you to change him and finish feeding him. Because look, now he got rid of it.
Yep, he's
Rebecca,
got
thank
room.
you so much. Thank you for
Thank you,
all that you
guys.
do. Thank you for what you do in the carnivore community. I know you're living a very great life. And go take care of my nephew. He wins it all.
Oh, thank you. You
Yeah.
guys have
Right.
a wonderful night. It was good to
Yeah.
see you guys.
Thank
again.
you.
All right, sweetie. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh, no, we ain't staying like that. Hold on.
Adorable.
Gosh, totally forgot to ask what the baby's name was, but he's so cute.
Oh, I got the name, and I figured she didn't say it. She texted us the name like soon as you had it, so I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'll wait for her to do it.
Yeah.
You guys, all right. How has this year been? We waited on some more. Wait a minute. You ready? You ready?
Christy.
Hi.
How are
I am
you?
having technical difficulties, so I'm having to do this from my phone, but I didn't want to miss it, so I just made it in the nick of time.
Yep, you're great. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Robin.
So, Christy, welcome. We're so thankful that you are accepted our offer to come out here. We sent you 2 questions. So
Yes.
we want to see if you can answer those questions for us. Now I got to figure what the questions are. Okay, so the first one is, how has Meaty Mondays impacted our community over the past year? So hopefully you're able to answer that question.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I can answer that question because Meaty Mondays, I think, has had a big impact over the last year. And I think one of the big ones is the fact that you ladies you each have your own perspective, right? So you bring your own perspective and then you have a topic every single week, right? So we have Laura, she's got the perspective of the nurse, which I think is so valuable. Plus, she brings that prepping knowledge and all that knowledge about how to use plants as medicine. I love that. And I love the reindeer antlers, by the way, very festive. We've got Robin with the grandma perspective. And that is just absolutely fantastic because, I can relate to that even though I don't have any grandkids, but, just doing the best that we can with our family members. And the love for her family shines through, and she just personifies that in such a great way. And also the perspective of Robin is like the lifelong dieter, which I totally relate to because I was also a lifelong dieter. And then G is just so amazing with her effervescent bubbliness that she just brings. And you can just see her passion for trying to help others all the time. So I love your show because you have a topic every week and then you each come at that topic with your unique perspectives. And then I would also like to say that, my show, Linus Lifestyle, as I put down there, we sort of started up in tandem. And I feel like it was so cool because we both saw this need in our carnivore community for this space for women to show that it's okay for women to eat meat too. And I love that you guys are bringing that message. So thank you for everything that you guys are doing in our carnivore community.
Thank you, Christy. We appreciate that.
yeah.
Go ahead, G. Go ahead, G.
Yeah.
No, I was just making sure that I wasn't muted and start talking. Yeah, I'll take you off the spotlight. Listen, for those that don't know, over this past year, we did a joint show. Yeah, we did a Carnivore After Dark where we
Yes,
all
we
came
did.
together and we were talking, but then life started happening. I think with one of the other cast members, something was like her home, or it was a lot. So that episode is still sitting and waiting, and who knows what the year will bring. I love how you broke down the group and for how everyone is doing something different. So for everybody in here, Lioness Lifestyle, just letting you guys know that they are on Tuesdays. Matter of fact, you're part of the reason we're on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Yep.
when we were talking and everything, we never wanted to be like a competition. We felt that here's a group of ladies. So we switched to Monday, have you guys on Tuesday. Now Monday we're going up against Dr. Berry. Okay, so well, I got a couple of things to say about that because I think Laura running into him at the convention.
Palooza.
Yep.
Oh yeah, cool.
Wait, and what she said, because we have some people okay, we have some people that say we go up, we're at the same time with them. Our shows are different. He's the doctor, and in actuality, come listen to us and watch him on the replay. Yeah, hey, but I wasn't gonna bump up against another group of women and
That's
have
right.
unity to no, it's like, no, there's no way, because we need to gather all the women. We just had Rebecca on, who was with us in the beginning.
Oh
She
yeah.
showed us the baby. So this is a 100%
Oh, he's so
carnivore
cute.
baby. Her pregnancy was carnivore. everything about it was carnivore. And so what the baby receives from her, he pooped live on air. We got a
Yes,
chance
he
for
did.
all of that. All of that. So it was like super cool.
Awesome.
And yeah, that's part of the reason why we do it. Anyone that's listening, listen, guys, you need to change what you are eating. It's just that simple. And so we're here and we're trying to teach and tell and go on. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Christy,
Yep. Yeah.
Tell us what's going on with your son.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he is mostly doing fabulous. I would say the one struggle he's still having is in the area of school. But he went carnivore 9 months ago to see if it would help his ADHD after we had legit tried everything. And I did an interview with Robin on her channel about this topic. So if you want more information about that, go check that out. But we threw everything we could at his ADHD, and me being a teacher, I have a lot of extra resources and strategies too at my disposal. To no avail. We saw no improvement at all. But over the last 9 months, he's had several improvements. The first one being that he can now organize a complex task without me having to break it down into little steps for him, like cleaning his room. So he will just pick up these tasks like that on his own, which before I could tell him 87 times to clean his room and the room still wouldn't get clean. I could go in there and try to help him and say, just pick this one thing up. And he'd be like, just sitting there and not doing it, you know? And yeah, he just started cleaning his own room about a week in, and he's just been making these steady improvements ever since. When we first started his diet, we really did a lot of substitution foods because he has texture issues and things like that. So we did like carnivore pizza pockets and chicken nuggets that I would make from scratch instead of buying them from the freezer section. And now he's going to come home and enjoy a chuck roast. And he'll be like, when are we having chuck roast? So he loves chuck roast and he loves chicken thighs. Those are his two favorites. And he still eats those, carnivore pizza things from time to time, but maybe like once a week. And now he's looking for the picanha. He's looking for the chicken thighs. He's looking for the chuck roast. Those are the things he really wants to eat. So there's really even been like an evolution in his own eating and like how he just really gravitates toward that meat naturally. And when we first started him too, we would give him like a keto cookie from, and he would do one every day because he was used to having his little sweet thing after dinner. And I wasn't just going to take that away right away. He wouldn't have stuck to it. And I wouldn't have even said that I was necessarily thinking of saying he had to go carnivore. I was like, let's just get him going on high fat keto. And all of that stuff, he just kind of transitioned very quickly and on his own. So I'm not going to say that he's like never had another keto cookie, but I made him a batch 2 weeks ago. I think there was like 9 cookies and there's still 7 cookies left. Like he just does it on his own. They're just in the freezer when he has one. I don't mind that he does that. They're made with the beef isolate protein and they have a few sugar-free chocolate chips in there, but whatever. But yeah, he went from like 1 a day to like 1 every couple of weeks, just as the mood strikes him. He started becoming more social. So that was one of the latest videos I did. It was like he did 3 social things in like 2.5 weeks. And then right after I made that video, he also went trick-or-treating with his friends at the last minute. So like 4 social things in less than 3 weeks, where he was maybe doing 1 a year, like maybe. So he's becoming more like he's pulling himself away from his video games to go hang out with people in real life, which is super cool.
Nice.
His attitude is totally different. He will be on time for school. He won't pitch fits. He used to pitch fits. Like you think 2-year-olds pitch fits. No, my 15-year-old was pitching fits. Like he doesn't do that anymore. You can just talk to him. So it's not 100% like his grades are still, he struggles to get those school assignments done. I just got an email from another teacher today, his world history teacher. I'm like, okay, come on, bud. He really just doesn't want to do that. But as far as the daily living in our house goes and his attitude and his life with his friends, it's been a 180-degree turnaround. It's pretty dang impressive. And so if there's any other moms watching, I would say, give it a try. You have nothing to lose. Yep. We tried everything from counseling to medication to anything the school could offer us. None of that stuff even touched it. Not even a little bit.
I say that all the time. I say that, yeah, I am. I say that all the time because I did that with my I actually moved 2 of them in with me and help them detox, so to speak. And I saw such a great difference. But then, of course, being back with mom, it
Yeah.
is what it is. It is
Yeah.
what it is. So, and I wasn't ready to make the commitment to move them in with me.
Right.
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 Not for a minute.
No, 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 no. Oh, yeah. So, thank you. Listen, we're gonna pop Julia in here as well. You want to pop Julia in, Robin?
Certainly.
All right, Miss Julia. Hey, sweetie, how are you? You're muted. Wait a minute. Unmute yourself. Let me see. I don't know if we could do it on this end. Oh, there you go.
I think I did it.
There you
What?
go.
Yes.
I'm in here now. Are you
You in
kidding
here
me?
now. Bye,
You ladies.
Christine. Thank you so much
Oh
for
my
coming
goodness.
on.
Bye.
You are my daily inspiration, all of you. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to be here. Laura and G and Robin, all of you. I don't know if you understand the impact you have. So that's the first question I think you might have asked. The impact you have on some of us who are just waking up in the morning, jumping online. And how are there people like me out there, like us weirdos? I don't know, not weirdos, but you know what I mean. Maybe weirdos. I told you I was going to be a comedian one day. I would say, and I think one of your questions was about a struggle, and I struggle right now with my parents. Well, I'm going to be 60. Gee, I'm picking up on this with you. I think you did your 60th. Would you do it for 2 months? Or
No, baby, the whole year.
Yeah,
It was the road
yeah.
to 60. I did it for an entire year. Well,
Um,
okay, really quick. Let me just say, what is it? I done forgot the question, Robin. Read the question. I know, to help her
It's
out.
well, the first thing was like, how has our Meaty Mondays impacted our community over
Yes.
the past year? And then the
yeah,
other question was, what would you like to see from us in the coming year?
yeah. So, well, I just said how you impacted me, and
Yep.
I guess throughout the year, what I always ask, I think everyone is like, we all know um so many people's experience on carnivore, whether it's brain fog or it's, what's new? There's got to be stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, like hair growth or, I don't know. There's got to be stuff that we don't know about. I would love to hear about that. And I also ask G here and there, like, as lost weight, how do I lose, that belly fat look, and she's given me lots of suggestions. I use a very hard brush. Um, and kind of like I'm not going to say a vibrator because I don't think that's it. I think it's more like
It's a massager.
it's a
It
massager.
vibrates, so yeah.
And you can use it however you want.
Carnivores after
Now
dark.
y'all see why. Now y'all see why I like her.
Yeah, I just went there.
Yeah.
But it
This is
has
not
really
carnivore
helped.
after dark.
No.
Yeah, after dark.
Something happens when you turn 60, honey. Something happens.
And this is why, and so there's the answer to your first question. And this is why I love you guys, because I could say whatever I want and you just laugh with me.
Yes.
So I appreciate you guys. Trust me, I appreciate you guys so much. Um, yeah. And I gotta tell you, my bedtime is 8 o'clock. I'm looking, it's almost that time.
And we fell back. You got an extra hour. Well, let me just let the community know that Julia and I met person to person when we were at Hack Your Health.
Mm.
And
And Robin.
we have started we, as in Robin, G, and Laura, we have a Marco Polo group, and each group is small. And Julia's in one of our very first groups. And so that's the thing. We come in and you have a community that you relate to.
Yep.
So that's what I love about it. Y'all, Julia lives in a beautiful area. we see, video, picture. You
Oh,
get to know the people in the group, and that's what I love about that group. And we appreciate you coming on, Julia. Anybody got a question or
I
anything?
want to mention one thing,
Yeah.
that Julia is on TikTok.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
so you
God.
guys can check her out at Meet Julia on TikTok. And yes, she is a comedian.
Robin,
and
thank you
that's
so much.
MEAT.
Yep, I just put it in.
Yep.
Thank
Yep.
you so much. And Robin, you and G I met you guys together at
Yep.
Hack Your Health.
Right.
I don't know
Mhm.
if you remember, but yeah.
At the
Oh
dinner.
gosh. I
Yeah.
have some pictures.
Yes.
Yes, you
Mhm.
and your
Wow.
husband. We remember. We remember. Well, thank you, sweetie pie. Tell hubby we said, hey, y'all, and her
I
husband cook.
will.
And for her, it is both of them. So we love and appreciate you, Julia. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Love
All
you
right,
too.
sweetie.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yay. All right. Now,
Yay.
wait a minute. You know what? Do he know that this clock didn't struck back? Hold on.
It's 7:26.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have any questions for us tonight, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. Here is our question for you.
Mhm.
And we're asking this question from all of our communities. So we want to know, number one, how has Meaty Mondays impacted our community over the past year? So if you guys can think about that question and maybe drop a comment in the chat, let us know, what has the impact been for you in the community over the past year? And the second question is, what do you guys want to see coming up in this next year? So we hope that you guys will help us by responding to that question. We're doing a little bit of a focus group tonight. So
That's right.
we definitely
Yes.
want to hear from you. We'll be asking that question again coming up, but just so you have the two questions, I'll put them in the chat.
Yeah, look, that's what I was just getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to put them in because I sent them to y'all. So
Okay, so G's gonna drop them in the chat for us. Okay.
hold on. There they are. And there we are. I got you over here. These are our questions. Bam. Let's see how that turns around.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There
And-
it is. So, how has Meaty Mondays impacted our community over the past year? And what would you like to see from us in the coming year?
There you go. So we'll leave that up. No, I need to do that again. That one looks a little crappy. I was just trying to hit enter. Yeah, that's not cute.
She's like, I was just moving fast.
Yeah, I was trying to get it up because we are live. So
Right.
yeah. And then I'm gonna take this part out. Here are the questions. Now let's see how it pops in.
So, did you guys notice that G has a disco ball in the back of her display tonight?
We're over here partying, yes. And on my 60th birthday, yes, this is what I walked around. I had a whole sash. I did a road to 60. Well, I got news for you guys. Now I'm doing a road to retirement. So, yep, that's what we are getting ready to do. Wait, what we got here? Hey, Shayla, over the past
Kayla.
Mondays have been so encouraging and informative. Thank you so much. Y'all come on in and tell us what we can do. Let me see. We got some more guests for you. I told her, what, these people didn't know the time. And
They coming. They coming.
They coming.
Yeah, they
I
coming.
guess I'm just like so
That's interesting. I was looking at your guys' shirts. So, like I have on mine, every
Oh,
one of them is different.
yeah,
Like your writing is so much bigger.
it
G's
is.
is a little bit smaller, and then mine's even smaller writing. I just noticed that. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Okay, Miss Tara. Yep, she's
Yeah.
in one of our groups. Mm-hmm. Who gonna read?
I found your group later in this year from your Meaty Mondays. Getting to find a group of ladies that talked about everything and from 3 different perspectives made me love the group. Yes.
Aw.
Yes, yes,
I can
yes.
say for myself that community piece, everybody that I have talked to has really talked about the impact of community. And so
Yes.
it's so great about, this Meeting Mondays group, the Fierce Felines group. Oh my gosh, here come the guys. And
Oh,
community
look,
connection.
stop. What?
What?
Wait a
You
minute.
guys, you guys are a little too much, okay? I'm just coming back from clinic, so take it
Oh,
down a notch.
we're so excited.
Wow, listen.
We got to simmer down.
I've been waiting to see you. Look, if you didn't know, Frederick, whole episode, stage 5, 6, something kidney failure. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
But he comes out of the hospital, and you were supposed to be speaking in Orlando. The man gets in the car and drive to Orlando to see you and shake
Oh,
your hand. And when we got there, they say, no, doctor, he had a flight to catch. I could have
oh,
rolled over the
oh
floor.
my
There are 2
God.
people, you and
Wow.
Laura are the 2
Wow.
people that he wants to just, we see each other like this.
I know. It's not the
We're
same.
his
No,
favorites.
yeah,
It's not the same.
yeah.
I do remember that. It was me and my wife have been negotiating the conferences. So she said, you can go, but you better come right back home. So it was very tight schedule. I recently, even when we went to the metabolic rally in Washington, D.C., it was the same thing. Flew in and flew out. Didn't even get a chance to stay for the dinner. I mean, who wouldn't want to stay and have dinner with Robert Lustig and Ina
Right.
Shows? And I'm not sure who went. Dr. Chris Palmer, Dr. Georgia Ede. Who wouldn't want to be
Oh,
there
wow.
for that? But I had orders, and I'm trying to honor the marriage, make sure we're focusing on ourselves. And I'm gonna tell you, it's in order to do this work and to serve and to be present, you have to be a superstar in all aspects of your life. So if you don't take care of home while you're trying to add this message of healing through metabolic health and carnivore, while trying to be a great doctor in the clinic, and I'm also a clinician that's a leader, while you're trying, I mean, literally today I'm in clinic and there's like, the president of our region coming through, another top business executive for Advocate Health coming through. And of course they want to chat. And you want to do that while seeing the 25 to 30 people on your schedule. So, but thankfully,
Wow.
technology is making it easier. We're using not virtual note taking, but we have AI note taking. So you walk in a room, you talk, and the doggone computer figures it out. And that's been a gift because, truth be told, 400 to 500 doctors commit suicide every single year in the United States. I know that's a weird stat. It's a little higher than the population average because they are burnt out and they are so busy trying to provide care for people that the clinicians, the doctors are not getting care for themselves. So we really want to be careful and balance everything so we can leverage the technology so that people can be healthy, because the worst thing that you want to do is try to tell people how to heal and you halfway in the grave. That is not a model of success. So and that's why I'm happy you guys are here to spread this message, and particularly for the ladies, because the ladies are sometimes not being told they need to eat animal based in a way that we do in this community. So your voices are so there he is.
Okay, I had to put that comment
Had
up.
to do that. That's
Okay,
right.
maybe I already told him. I don't know if you was listening. I let him know he missed you.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
And, our next guest. Well, first, I don't want to interrupt you. I want you to be able to answer those questions. I had to
Absolutely.
get that comment up there. Go ahead. What we're bringing to the community, and drop some little love on us and let us know what are some things that we can do. You have 3 capable women here. If you know something from your side, what can we
Yeah.
bring to this community? Go ahead.
Well, I bring it. The first question I'm going to speak through the lens of a doctor who cares about people. One of the people at the conference was Dr. Mariella Glant, who is working on and has created a app, and the app is for people who need accountability and a coach. Right, it coaches people, and what you find, whether it's Dr. Tro, Verta Health, they all have coaching. Even Dr. Eric Westman with Adaptive Life, they teach the concepts, but that's 20% of it. The 80% is just getting people to do it, right? So part of what I appreciate about you guys is that there's this sense of coaching, a shared knowledge, experience, and at times you may bring up resources that will help people to know, just like mentioning those names. Like some people are like, well, who is Dr. Glant? Knowing that these people exist, knowing that they're working on programs. I think just as importantly, emotional support. And part of what I love about being part of this community is that even Dr. Hampton needs emotional support. When you live in this bubble of keto carnivore and the rest of the world is not, then there's an issue with that. And then when you struggle, it's nice to know that, oh, somebody else on the team has struggled and this is how they overcame the struggle. So for me, those are the main things you guys have brought to the table. And of course, just a little motivation. I think we all need to be inspired and motivated. So that's the first part of it. I think moving forward, I think what I'm going to try to do, I even just had a conversation with another influencer and say, how are you doing your videos and all these other things? And some of it is, keeping things simple. So when you have some people out there who are sharing this message, and I would argue most of us do a pretty good job, but I think for you guys, if there's a concept that you've heard, that you've learned about, sometimes you guys keeping it simple. Even when I did healthy living programs in my health system, I would tell my I would have what I want to talk about, and then I would just put it in front of my team. And then what they would do with this healthy living program is then translate it to English, right? Because I would make assumptions about, oh, people know what metabolic health is. And the answer is no, they don't. People know what a carb is. No, they don't. So you have to, keep doing, when you have moments of clarification, like recently, like I'm going to release a video about Element or LMNT. Many people have done that, but I had a chance to talk to Chris Bear with the Keto Chow. And I just said, bring your, we're not here to just demonize Element. We're here to just learn. And I'm actually happy that these things happen. So we have moments of clarification.
Right.
And most people who take that electrolyte are not going to have a problem. Rather, it's got, maltodextrin in it or not. But the whole point of it is, when you have moments to provide clarity, do that. I think you guys should continue to share people who have transformation stories. So having a guest on who had a personal transformation, I think that's going to be really important. And then lastly, maybe, there's so many misconceptions about this dietary pattern carnivore. So whenever there's a hot button topic, or maybe a topic that is out there, because there's so many new people, just bring up those misconceptions and say, here, today we're going to tackle one misconception. I think those are the types of things that you guys should continue to do. But at the end of the day, we're all in a big family. We all add different types of value, and we just want to just be in our own lane, right? And I'm not going to try. Nick Norritz, who is another person who did a video, he's pretty smart. He went to Oxford and he went to, he's at Harvard. He's a future doctor, currently a PhD. He may get into the weeds with some people, and that's okay. We need that. But then we also need people in the community I serve. I don't want to get too far into the weeds because I'll lose them like after the second paragraph. So stay in your lane, and then add people to the conversation who are in a different lane, but always ask people to speak like we're in 5th grade. I think that's really important, because if you speak like a 5th grader, then the smart people get it and the people who are still in 5th grade get it. But if you're doing the PhD stuff, that's too much. So I think that we have to be aware we're trying to reach everybody. So that's my 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatever number of cents you want to have.
Perfect.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're on mute, G.
Oh, before I go on, let me add a couple of people. Hold on. We got our homes. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
We got Russ. Wait. There's more.
Look.
There's
Hey, look.
more. Hold on, Russ. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Yo,
yes.
I think amped up. I'm sorry.
So we done had this many men at the same time on a Monday night. This is a hot one here. So, ladies, gentlemen, look, I got somebody gonna tell you a joke. I got somebody with your metabolic health. And Dr. Kiltz, I had Rebecca on with the baby. Well, we did earlier. She done had the baby. So who in here needs some kids? What we got going on? We got it all.
Hey, hey, what's going on, Kelsey? You all right, brother?
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm barely alive.
Yes.
I made it.
Good to be. Hey, Doc Hampton said, man, a 5th grade level. Can a brother get a 3rd grade level? Can we get a 3rd grade? Some of us can't. Can't get to the 5th grade, the 3rd. You know. And by the way, to my man Frederick, it's not your fault. Doc Hampton was running from me in Orlando because he owes me $50, and I want my money, Doc. You're gonna have my money, but I'm not kidding. He ran from me. That's why he had to hop on that plane because he knew I was coming. And I would tell you, I would get my money, Doc. You're gonna pay me what you owe me.
That's right. Well, you make sure y'all let me know whatever conference this man is going to. Give me a heads up, and I'm gonna turn that plane around in the air.
That's what that was about. Hey, listen, and on a serious note, doctors killing themselves. Listen, Doc, you're my guy. I do not want you to kill yourself because, frankly, I want to be the one to kill you. So
you heard it live.
I want to kill you myself. So you keep your mental health, brother. Keep it together till I see you.
Well, don't worry. My wife, my youngest son, just he works for Northwestern Mutual, so we're working on the policy. So you may do my family a favor.
Oh Lord! Listen,
everybody knows me. Everybody knows me and Doc are brothers, but everybody maybe those people, everybody who doesn't know, me and Doc are brothers. It's all love here. So yes, that's jokes. Just jokes.
Right. Listen, Russ, hold on, because I got my partner in crime right here, and I need for him to answer these questions before he got to run out of here. I'm respecting the DR before y'all names, okay? I'm just trying.
That's my man. Kelsey's my man too. That's my guy.
Oh, I know.
I'm now in the right place. I was trying to run away, but I didn't make it. You found me.
I did. I hunted you down. What are you talking about? We 2 peas in the pod. Well, listen, before you have to run off, where are the 2 questions?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay.
I took care of the emergency, so we're fine now.
Well, here you go. Number 1, how has Meaty Mondays impacted our community over the past year? What do you feel that we've brought the ladies to the carnivore community? And then after that, what would you like to see us do? Because you guys, Russ, Dr. Tony, you guys have other podcasts and shows and stuff. So you might have heard something. Bring it here. I like what you said, Dr. Hampton, in regards to debunking stuff. And, so, all right, Dr. Schiltz, your turn.
Well, I'm not here to debunk anything. Really, what we've done is we've recruited infinite numbers of lions back to the lion's lair instead of being domesticated animals. And as we're sharing the word, and I too have listened to Nick Norwitz and The Element and all sorts of other ideas, which I think are just distractions. Ultimately, we're lions. And when you eat and live like that, you'll explore and evolve a much more amazing life. And then I've got to hang out with these amazing people. And really, that's the best thing about this Monday meet up times and the mastery that we're all learning together. And how much do I owe you?
You don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me
Oh.
nothing, Kelsey. You good, brother. You pay. Hey, you pay your debts. You pay your debts. Hey, listen. You know, when we're out making it rain and people run out of raindrops, you know, sometimes it's what it is. But go ahead.
You know, we've all been distracted away from who we are, and really, what we're doing is inviting more and more of our brothers and sisters around the globe back to who and what we are: lions who lead instead of sheep that are the feed and or are the followers. And that's number one in my
100%.
opinion. And it's not doctors that made this happen, by the way. It's just regular human beings that have realized that what we've been doing is really distracting all of us, disabling all of us, and killing us at younger and younger ages, and then requiring all the medical drugs that ultimately are more distractions for us. So, you know, again, we are lions through and through, and when we learn more about that through this amazing community that doesn't require an MD, PhD, or any degree other than just being born a live human being. That's it.
Okay.
Can I go now?
Awesome.
Wait a minute.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm good.
All right,
I'm
hold
good.
on. I'm going to swap you out.
Ooh,
So,
no.
Russ can
Yes.
answer. Russ,
Russ.
you answer those questions too, and then we'll have a full panel going on.
I didn't get my
What is it
second.
that you feel we've brought to the community?
Dr.
And-
Kilson, you didn't do the second question.
Oh, my
Kelsey
I
bad.
didn't get the
has
second
something to say.
question.
Go ahead,
Are you
Robert.
kicking me out already? Right?
No, I'm trying to get
Oh.
everybody up. Go.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, for the coming year, we want to see more of the same, because it's the stories that each and every human being can share of what they have experienced in this carnivore world more than anything. So just keep doing what you're doing. Nothing special has to happen.
All right.
Except keep having you to come back. That's going to be the thing. That's it. Okay, Russ, you answer the two questions. Then we're just going to talk amongst ourselves.
Okay. I can't believe that y'all know me. Y'all are my sisters. Now y'all know me. Okay. And I can't believe y'all would ask me for a suggestion for anything. I don't understand why in the world you would ask me for a suggestion.
Now, look, they should have sent you these questions. Go ahead, roll it off.
She did. Oh, she sent me the
Okay, well, then you ready. You got the homework assigned.
That's because she's scared of you, like we all are, and she probably you told her to send them. But y'all, you don't want no suggestions from me. Since you want these jokes, and that is why I'm here. But seriously, I say it all the time, and I mean it. Just sing your song, man, in your voice, your style, your way. If God wanted us all, I say it all the time, God don't want us all to sound like Dr. Barry. God doesn't want us all to sound like anybody. Sing your song, your way, and your voice. You will reach people. If I can reach people and help people, and what? Anybody can do it, man. You guys are 10 times better than me. I don't want anybody to be like me. I want people to be better than me. Okay? Because I got issues. My issues have problems. Okay? So it's like, but I just get out there and I do what I do, how I do it. And some people will love it. Some people will hate it. And regardless, the message is the message. And however you get that message, whether it's in a joke, if the Reverend was here, he'd probably say something like, 3 ketogenic angels shining as a beacon of light to the sugar-sick world. We're trapped in a world where people are dying, drowning in a sea of pudding and custard. But we are powered by protein. We are fueled by fat. We're filled with ketogenic power, and we have a healing message to save the world. Amen.
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 There we go.
Well, now, can you see Ken Berry doing that?
No.
Okay. So it's just like, man, just be who you are, put yourself out there. I get plenty of flack. I know you guys could probably get flack, for the things you do or the way you do it. Everything isn't for everybody, but you guys are amazing people. You're amazing women. You have an amazing stories, an amazing show. I rock with you. My sister invited me. She said, "We need you here." I'm like, "No, I doubt that you need me here, but I will show up and do what I do."
Well, we appreciate it.
That's what
So now you owe me the $50.
I don't know you nothing. But
Well, let
love,
me add
you
this
got it.
before the doctors have to go. I don't know who would have to slip out. One of the things that the three of us that we've done, I don't know if you know of this app, Marco Polo. It's a video texting app, and we have multiple small groups that when someone joins our channel, we give them that link and they go into different groups because each group is no more than 10 people with us in there. That means they have access to us all the time. They come in, ask a question, whatever. What they like is the fact that it is small. Laura comes in. I mean, we're all there. We answer questions. How is it that we feel? We get to have conversations that we can't have live. Like there was somebody that, let me find the right words. There was someone that hadn't pooped.
An emergency.
No, they
We know who
hadn't.
that was.
They ate something that they should not have eaten, and their
They
system
didn't
locked
eat.
up. And
They
then
didn't
on
eat
day
Dr.
6,
Kiltz's ice cream. She went and got regular ice cream.
Uh,
That's what she did.
That's what
I'm
Yeah.
telling on you.
and so I was able to come in the group and say, "Listen, I can't take a laxative.
Help.
Give me something that's getting ready to make this other end roar." Because I ain't want Mr. Brown help. Now, after Carnivores After Dark, I can kind of tell you how that conversation went with Mr. Brown. I said, "No, sir, I'm trying to relieve." Okay. But anyway, so the group is like that. So while you guys, I'm not trying to take from your group, but if you run across someone that needs a smaller with women, and we also have a men's group. My husband is in that group. We come in, we have challenges, we have all of those things, but once again, the group is small. You get to ask your questions. You get to get those answers. Something isn't going right. You have a headache. What's something I can do for a headache? We pop in and let you know. So I wanted to drop that with Dr. Hampton and Dr. Kiltz. Once again, not taking away from your community, but if you know, look.
You already know.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm leaving Hampton's group today, and I'm signing up for y'all. I'm out.
Look,
I'm leaving Kiltz's.
that word is
group.
supposed to be need. He in there typing so fast, y'all. That's what he came up with. That was supposed to say you need to stop, G. But
yeah.
y'all know.
Now let's do that, because when I'm in clinic, I refer people out to different groups, Steak and Butter Gang, whoever, because people need support, and they need affordable support. One of the biggest failures in our health system and most health systems is that even if we offer coaching and support, there's a cost. And if the cost is excessive, particularly in communities of color, people are not going to be able to afford it. And then what's the point of having it? And guess what? In those communities that struggle, they need the emotional support more than anybody. They need the encouragement and motivation more than anybody. They need the knowledge. They need the accountability more than anybody. So if we can, so I really appreciate you having that. So I'll make sure to clarify how do we, maybe you can say it now. Is there going to be a link or something? How do we get that information to people?
Okay, I will send. Well, first of all, they can go to any of our channels and just join at the $19.99. That's what it costs for the month.
Okay, cool.
$19.99 for the month. The moment that we get that, then we reach out and send the link to which group that they will go into. They get to watch all of the previous videos that are in there. That way they get to know the other people that are there. And all of that. So
cool. Well, thank you.
Can I use my health savings account?
Your health. I really wish. I'm trying to work that out now with YouTube.
I would say yes.
Negotiations on that now.
Well, because we're finding that the best health advice is from those who've actually experienced it.
That's right. That's
right. And today a patient was telling me that she got information by a Facebook account for CNY fertility, and she got the right information from there and the wrong information from one of my nurses.
Oh,
And
wow.
so realizing that I mean we have to be in this box, but they could be in this box, and that's the beauty of it. You're going to find someone in the groups that have more knowledge or as much knowledge as any of us in medicine do, and you've lived it, and that's what we're really teaching each other to do. And although you might be kicked out of a group, doctors kick people out of their practices.
That's right.
Because they don't listen to them. And so it's kind of weird. You're being kicked out of a practice for actually the wrong advice. And it sounds like that's a cult or something, this modern medical system.
I don't know. We're not kicking anybody. All right. What I love is that we have small groups. The difference in us, Laura, you were keto for
28 years.
28 years. Carnivore for
5.5.
And Lion for
2.
Yeah. And then Robin, you were keto for
I was keto and then I was Cheeto for like total about 7 years.
Okay, keto and Cheeto. And then you've been carnivore for
it's going on 2 years. So about 19 months.
Yes. And so for me, 4.5 years, I was vegan. And then I came over to carnivore, and I've been carnivore now for, I think it's 16 months. So that is the range from us. We have different backgrounds. I've done the dieting. I've done all of that. And then I've, of course, taken it a step further. I always say I was a fluffy vegan, and I had the gastric sleeve. And so this is the first time that my body has been okay having the sleeve. And I was big. Look, let me just show you.
One of our members.
Yes.
Sandra, good to see you.
Hold on. Where's that picture of us that I was told not to put up?
Oh gosh.
There you go.
Oh,
this was
your husband.
Me right there in the center. This was me a vegan. Yeah. And I was vegan. So no, you can't turn around now and say for what I've done. Now, if you want to go and do whatever, when I see people on these different diets, it's like, yeah, you're gonna lose the weight, and then the moment that you put some food in your mouth, you're gonna gain it all back.
Yes.
Stop that for your life. I can eat, I go anywhere. I will never be big again. Never.
And I guess the thing about the carnivore way of eating is that is all of the other benefits. Like the weight loss is secondary to all of the other benefits from being on a carnivore diet. Like things that you would never expect, like not having seasonal allergies, getting rid of IBS, getting rid of mental illness, all these different things. That weight loss to me is secondary. And I've done all the diets. I started dieting at 11. And so I've yo-yoed my entire life, but the weight loss to me is secondary to all the other benefits that I've seen and heard from so many people that I've interviewed on my channel.
That's right. And you normalize having allergies. You normalize, like I did, having irritable bowel and having to always look for the nearest bathroom. You normalize mental fog. You normalize being tired, like my last patient who I saw before I came to meet with you guys. So listen, guys, we don't have to normalize any of this stuff. And what your platform is doing and what we're all trying to do is to restore hope. So as I'm wrapping up, because I got a wife that I'm going to go to now, restoring hope is what this is all about. There's no hope that I'm going to pay Russell. That's not happening. But there's a lot of, amen.
Don't pay me.
But there is hope that the population will heal. So again, we all play a role. I'm just grateful that you guys are in this community. And I'm just grateful that I know you guys. I'm getting all of these friends I never thought I would have. And I just want to I'm just happy that I'm here and that you're here and that the people who follow us are here. So thank you guys for the opportunity to celebrate this monumentous accomplishment. We appreciate you guys.
I just wanted to say that Dr. Hampton is one of the most amazing docs I've ever met. I've learned from him so much. And so I
Agree.
just wanted to give kudos that you guys have him here tonight. And he's sharing his magic for so many of us. So thank you, Dr. Hampton.
Thank you, Doctor. I
Dr.
appreciate
Absolutely.
it so much.
Yes.
All right,
And
guys.
tell the wife,
Yes.
and tell
Thank
the wife,
you.
thank you.
I
Thank
will.
you, thank you,
Yeah,
thank
For
okay,
sharing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay, take care, Rusty. I'll take care, guys.
All right. Okay, Dr. Kills.
Well, I just want to say one thing because
Uh-oh. Just one?
Well, maybe a couple more things, but the one thing is in modern world we've chastised obesity, and I do not think obesity causes any disease. And if
I
there's a
agree.
famine, if there's hibernation, migration, gestation, or a famine, you better be fat. And again, fat
Yeah.
causes no disease. And so when we can lose sort of the negative judgment about our sizes, that's really the first magic that has to happen. Because I tell people, I mean, I have so many women that are well overweight getting pregnant on carnivore, and they need to lose no weight. So, I know each of us individually, because I'm a little neurotic in some ways too about my size, but I've never been excessively overweight in my life. But I know that health and wellness in 2 to 4 weeks on carnivore for any size is magic. So that's something I think we need to sort of like think about as we're realizing that adipose tissue is actually the most important tissue on your body. Without it, you will not be healthy and well. And the one thing we don't eat is enough fat, and raw fat is the best thing to eat too.
Yes, I agree.
Mm.
I love raw fat.
What are you talking about? Raw fat? Raw
Mhm.
like butter?
Cold. Hasn't been cooked.
Well, butter, and actually the raw white fat from an animal, because it's when you cook it, you render it, you damage it, you actually may make it less healthy for you than when you eat actually the raw meat and raw fat. If you look at Pottinger's Cats, a book about a scientist who actually studied cats eating either raw meat, cooked meat, raw milk, or pasteurized milk, the animals that ate the cooked meat and the pasteurized milk were unhealthy. And so I suspect for many of us in the carnivore world who are eating more cooked meat and less fat and rendered fat, that may be part of why we're not healing completely, because we should be eating more raw meat, rare meat, in order to be healthier. And you have to eat fat because fat suppresses inflammation in the gut, and it makes you feel healthier, and it kills those pesky microbes that they say are good for us, but they're just trying to eat us and kill us.
Okay, so hold
yeah,
on.
well, I can tell you one thing right now. The brothers ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. We ain't eating raw meat, and we don't eat organs. We play the organ, but we don't eat organs. I'm just,
Well, and I know that isn't our style, but it turns out to be the healthiest thing you could do. Because when we were hunting, we weren't waiting for the guy with the pots and pans.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but we made a fire.
We had a fire, Dr. Kills. Hold on.
Well, fire is more recent in our past. It's not the thing that we evolved with, because if you didn't eat the meat before someone else came and stole it from you, you didn't eat.
He was hungry.
And so ultimately, it is raw fatty meat that tends to be the healthiest thing you could eat. The problem is that we're not getting our meat fresh.
Right.
But the amazing part about meat is that can dry age it. You can dry age it, and it's as healthy. But if you cook it, you cause advanced glycation products, which are deadly and damaging to all of us.
Okay, every time I think I done moved a step for so I done went growing up.
She's like, what?
Everybody tell you, oh, you better cook that meat. I don't want no red in it. So I ain't no better. Well done. But I put a bunch of A1 sauce on it anyway, so no big deal.
Yeah.
So now I'm a little older, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do a medium well. All right, just a little pink. Now I'm carnivore, and I have gone to medium rare.
Me too.
That's about where I done put the brakes. I've done. I just.
But if we're talking
so now, the fat, I've literally cut the fat off and put it back in the skillet because it was just not crispy enough for me. But you're
That
telling
may
me,
change. That may change over time too,
I think
because
about
like
3
when I
years.
first, well, but when I first started carnivore, I did medium for all of my stuff, and now mine is barely. I mean, it's literally in the pan. It's like sizzle, flip it, sizzle, and that's it. That's what I do now. But like
Mm.
with my deer meat, when I kill a deer and I field dress it and I hang it, we hang it for 7 to 11 days if we can, temperature wise, and kind of dry age it that way. And I salt it. I have, 50 pounds of Redmond salt at my disposal anytime and do that. But I really found that probably 3 months ago, I saw Dr. Kiltz talking about the raw fat. And I
Mm.
thought, I don't know if I can do the raw fat. So I started with little bitty squares. And you know how you did the butter the other day, G? It's
Mhm.
kind of the same thing. I cut just little strips of it and we'll just kind of put it in there back, like right there.
Mhm.
Like a
And I
pinch
was like,
between your cheek and gum, like skull.
awesome.
Okay, so
Now that looks dry aged.
I dry age it a little bit. It's not
Yep.
very dry aged, but it was interesting. I actually took it yesterday. It was dry aged for another week and a half, and you cut it. And this is actually A5 Japanese Wagyu. It's white. Okay,
Mm.
and I eat it. And remember, our dry aging and our hanging was in order to preserve it, and salting and preserve it,
Yep.
because we didn't have the hunt quite as much as we used to have. But ultimately, evolutionary speaking, it was raw fatty meat we ate. And again, look at Ponger's
Mhm.
cats and you get it. If you're not getting the healing you want, you eat fatty
That may
meat,
be
and it's
something.
raw meat. Again, it's psychologically hard, but
Yeah.
once you begin to do it, I do black and blue, or I do dry age. I slice it and I snack
Okay,
it.
what's black and blue? Only black and blue I know is a black eye. What's black and blue?
Yeah. So black and blue is a Pittsburgh. It's sort of seared black on the outside, and
Yep.
it's pink. It's blue. It's cold center. So
Okay.
that's
Yep.
essentially raw
Rare,
on the
rare,
inside.
rare.
Because
Blue is the
now,
best.
again,
Is this something you're doing or you are what?
You
oh no,
can you
you
can
can
order
ask
it.
for it. You order it that way.
Yep.
That's like Pittsburgh
Yep.
style or black and blue is to me like the best. You're not going to say give it to me raw at a
So that's
restaurant.
why this person put up steak blue
Yes.
rare.
Blue.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
I don't hang out at them
That's
same
the best
restaurants.
way.
Yeah, we sure don't.
Not yet.
No,
Hold
not at
on,
our
look.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
not at our
gonna try it.
Well, you
No.
think about our barbecue, right? We
Russ,
go
I
to
done came
barbecue.
down here on your end. I done screwed up all the way around.
Come on down, sis. Yeah,
Wait.
yeah. Come on down here.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm down
yeah,
here with
yeah.
Russ. I can't.
Yeah, we ain't with that down here. Yeah, and if Frederick was here, he'd be down here with us. Yeah.
It's crispy on the outside, blue. Well, let's say on the outside and blue on the inside. That's really the best way to do it. Again, that's to me, that's
Now,
the
what
right
piece
way to
of
eat
meat are you doing this to? What?
Usually
On your
ribeye.
steak.
Usually
Your
Yeah.
ribeye.
ribeyes.
But
Okay.
I
Yeah.
Now,
I
see,
had
I
a
just graduated to sous vide. And so my sous vide, oh God. Oh, don't say
Oh,
that. Let me just finish telling my story. So my sous vide, I think I do at
30.
no, I don't even think it might be more of a 128 type thing, and then sear it. All right, I'm listening.
so the other really great way, and I think Laura said something about air fryer. So, and you can get air fryers with glass containers now that are, non-toxic if that's where you want to go. I don't worry about those things personally, but if you take a frozen piece of meat and you put it in the air fryer, and then it gets the nice outside perfect, and then the inside is just perfect.
Yes,
And
I agree.
and,
Is it
and that,
perfectly cold?
oh,
No.
A little cool.
it just thaws out nicely where it's just blue. It's perfect. It's
I've
rare
seen that
inside.
before, but I've
My
seen people do that before, but to a medium kind of, not
medium rare.
too rare, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we
Yeah.
all started
If you
out
put it
well
in there frozen, it'll come out like he said. The outside will be dark, but then the inside it'll still be cool to touch. Because my husband, the first time I did that, he was like, "Is that even warm?" I said, "No." I said, when we shot Bambi, was Bambi? Well, I guess Bambi was warm when it was running,
Yeah.
but wintertime, it gets cold.
But if you just let it sit for a minute, it'll be perfect. You
Yeah.
slice it up, and it's like it's the very best, healthiest thing you could eat. We need to emphasize health because you want to be healthy. You have to understand glycosylation. Remember, glycation is the abnormal binding of sugars to our cells and damages us. And so when you overcook the meat, you essentially oxidize and glycate it that make the proteins, amino acids, like basically they've been damaged and your body can't figure out how to use them properly.
Wow.
Oh, and the other thing, when you overcook it, where's the fat? It's all
On the
gone.
bottom.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh, that's the
so-
part I let chill up, and then I whip it and I just eat it once it's cooled off.
Right. But
Don't do that.
A fat cell is the most important cells of our body because the adipose tissue, there's no abnormal fat tissue in your body. It's all perfectly good. It contains every mineral, vitamin, building block for your body. When you cook it, you damage the parts of the fat cell that are critical for your health and wellness, including the minerals and vitamins and the micro and macronutrients. So this is why, again, read Pottinger's Cats and get some sense of it, or give yourself 30 days on a raw meat diet. Now,
Yeah, man. I do not go to the bathroom in a litter box, Doc. I cannot. That's just that's cat. I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat.
Russ, we can
But-
say one.
Yeah, but no. Listen, I'm gonna put that in the category of someday. That's in the someday category. When I'm just a baby. I'm in this thing. When I get to be a full grown man like you in this carnivore game, then I'll start eating raw meat and going to the bathroom in litter boxes and scratching poles and stuff. But
Okay, so all right, let's back up because see, unlike Russ, they keep talking, and all right, stop. All right, so if I get a steak, first of all, how thick should this steak be?
Well, I prefer a 1 to 2 inch steak at least. You want it thicker. Thicker is better.
1 inch frozen. I'm gonna put it in the air fryer, and then what am give me like a temp and time per side, or should I just put it in the cast iron skillet? I mean,
Do that too.
because I won't do a whole. I'll do a small steak, and I'll do this sear thing, and I will wait, because you say wait, just wait a little bit and let it. But I should be able to. I don't know if I can do the cold meat. Yeah.
But haven't you ever seen people? Haven't you ever seen? I've seen a million people online take a steak out of the freezer and put it in the air fryer and just cook it right out. They don't thaw it out or nothing. I mean, they don't. It's not rare. It's however you like it. But
the question is, you're putting it in the air fryer for how long?
Yeah, not too long if it comes
Less
out.
than 20 minutes. Probably.
Yeah, I do it 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. And sometimes I'll actually pull it out at about 5 minutes and just kind of check it, flip it over, put it back for another 4 to 5 minutes. And usually it's done by then. But it depends on the air fryer, but most of them don't take long. That the thicker, what I do with my thicker steaks, they're thawed, but they're cold from the refrigerator. And then I'll put them in a pan under the broiler, and I'll put the direct heat from the broiler, flip it over, the same thing. And now it's going to be black and blue and usually cold center. You don't want to go too long. It's always better to cut it open earlier than later, because no matter what, you think, it's not done yet, it's overdone if you just let it on an extra minute or two.
Yep. So this, I'm going to try that in 2024.
Me too. I'm going to try it.
It is 2024.
So it'll be
We still have another month to go. 2 months.
Within the next week or so, I'll try it.
Oh, I don't know. That might be too soon for me.
So now, have you ever had a rare steak, G, or and you had a rare steak and you didn't like it, or you never even dabbled in rare steaks or anything?
I told you I to work my way to medium rare.
Right.
I am there, but when the fat has not, I can't put that in my mouth.
Yeah, it's
That-
disgusting.
Yeah, that
But-
texture thing has just jacked
Say,
me up.
we need to do the blind taste where you
And especially
actually.
with
always
cold butter.
said,
Okay,
like
we
two
will give
bites
you
and
the.
swallow, and I'm looking at him. I'm
You
like,
know,
two bites and spit. What are you talking about?
You slowly just savor the flavor of a perfectly cooked steak with just a
Okay.
bit of Malden or salt on it,
Mhm.
and maybe a little blue cheese butter if you really want to get the best out of it. In my opinion.
Tell me about the blue. Look, let me.
Oh,
Yum, yum.
I'm coming back over here. Tell me about the
She's back. She's
I knew it.
back.
I knew I could get
Me
it back.
already. That's exactly.
because I like blue cheese and I like butter. So how do you make? Wait a minute. Are you just putting a hunk of blue cheese on it and calling it butter, or you done made something?
No. The very best thing to do, what I love to do actually, and now this is going to be the no-no, is I take a bowl with about 1-to-1 blue cheese and butter. It's going to be the best butter and the best blue cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and then you microwave it for 15 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
and then you maybe do another 15 seconds, but you just soften it up. Now you
Mhm.
could actually put it, just on the stove and let
Room
it warm up
temperature.
like that. I mean, there's a lot of good ways
Yeah.
to do it. And then again,
What do you call good butter? And because I'm writing this down.
French butter is the best, but
French
there's
butter,
lots
okay.
there are lots of Italian butters and Netherlands butters and all
Oh,
sorts of butter.
but okay, I live in a small town. If I walk to the front of my subdivision and make a right turn, I'm at a cotton field. Where is the French butter?
Well, again, we use the word. You can make French butter. You're a little French, I know, G.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Look, she can do it herself, right? And again, there's so many
Yep.
ways. You get some really great raw. I think raw cream is the best. Raw milk is the best.
You can find it. We can't get it in
If
my
you can
area.
find it, but that's the best. I always put salt. I salt in
Yep.
it, and I love that. But I will often just take
Wait
my
a minute, what's
dry
your
aged.
brand of blue cheese?
It's I go to
Where
the
are
local
you
cheese shop.
shopping?
I go to either Wegmans or
Yeah.
Whole Foods. Whole Foods has Whole
I have
Foods.
neither one of those.
I mean, the local, it's
Do
just
the best you can.
wherever you can get it. Go to if you find someone locally making cheese, especially blue or gorgonzola. I mean, that's heaven to me.
Yep.
That's
Mm.
I personally eat cheeses as long as they're like hard cheeses or blue cheeses or gorgonzola. Add butter, softens it up. I'll take my raw dry aged steak. I have a dry ager or just my refrigerator, and then I'll dry age it for a week, 2 or 3. I'll slice it up, and then sometimes I'll just warm up the butter and blue cheese, and I'll take the steak and just put it right in there and eat it that way, raw,
I'm hungry.
Mhm.
dry aged.
I'm at the
And
wait till I'm
again,
home.
it's small pieces that you savor. And when you have it properly dry aged, I do grass fed grain finished. That to me is the very best meat you could get because I want to see fattier meat. Lean meat is deadly for us. And I'm sure, when you're barbecuing, you want to have good fatty meat, right? That's where you wrap it up and just like drips. And that tastes the very best. And again, either the broiler is what I like to cook it on. I'll sometimes put it on a grill and I'll just black and blue it and try to keep most of the fat still inside and enjoy it.
I think it's the black and blue that you're saying. That's just the style of cooking or something. Because for some reason, I think the steak is going to be black and blue.
The outside is black.
It's nice and crispy and shard on the outside. It adds flavor, in my opinion. You throw some butter on it as you plate it, and you slice it up, and it's rare on the inside.
Mhm.
Not medium rare. It's rare to raw. I'm going to use those words, rare to raw. And what do you? Yeah, you're. I mean, I don't think if you really get a
Okay, wait a minute. Whoa. So this picture that she put up, I like 1 and 2. And then when you get to 3 and 4, I would probably eat around the edges a little more.
But
This
you're
one down here, lower
psychologically-
left, you could forget that.
You're a lioness. Lionesses don't wait for it to be cooked.
Yeah, that's a figure of speech there, Doc. That's not real. He's a virtual line. It's only on Mondays. Okay.
Monday.
Yeah, I'm rocking with G on that. That's negative Ghost Rider. We're not doing that.
I'm
But I'm
trying.
surprised
I'm
the
trying.
sous
I'm
the
trying.
sous
This will be
vide.
a whole thing. This I know really this year by December 31st, I'm gonna go through this process. But yeah, so I'm saying that, but I am going to try, and here's why I'm willing to try this, Dr. Kiltz, is because I want a pain-free, healthy body experience. I want the rest of my life to be a beautiful experience for me. When I go to get up out of a chair, I want to enjoy standing up. I want to enjoy a walk. I don't want that hip to start hurting again. Oh, my feet, where you just kind of want to pull over to the side of the road. I
Yeah.
don't want any of that anymore, where I couldn't lay on my left side due to bursitis in my hip. I don't want to go over there and get another injection. I don't want to be on meds. I love the fact that I get up and what D3 K2 K2 3 whatever RTD2 whatever that vitamin that she got me taking. And I mean that one I'm good with that. And I do only reason why I do that is because of the smaller stomach, and I just want to make sure that I got the right stuff in. So I appreciate you sharing what you just did. And I am going to try, but I don't even think I want to, like, I don't even want to eat like that. I don't know. That's just, we already have a hard enough time going to a restaurant. It's like, Jesus.
Well, the
What else
challenge
do?
is, is getting it at a restaurant, because they're a little challenged with that black and blue stuff sometimes. And I
Yeah.
usually say to
They
them,
are.
black and blue, and if it comes back more than that, you get it back,
Yeah.
Okay.
and you bring me a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
No,
tell them
it's
black
I've
just
been
and
able
blue.
to get blue rare.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh?
Black and blue, I promise not to sue. Because
That's right.
because that's what they're afraid of. You know,
yeah.
somebody gets sick and blames it on them because their
So you
food was
had to say
undercooked.
black and blue because I wanted to move. Yeah.
Ah,
I have said that. I have actually said I want it blue rare. I want to know what it had for lunch yesterday. And they're like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "I'm just being honest."
well, it's the ground meat that actually has more risk of
Oh,
being contaminated, but the actual
Yep.
the meat that's unprocessed is the healthiest for us. And again, back to the fat contains all of the minerals and vitamins your body requires, not the lean meat. It's the fatty meat. And that's the whole part to this, that it's the fat in the adipose tissue. And that's why when people tell me that they have to lose their visceral fat or they got abnormal fat, they got the best thing ever in the universe, because we are built to get fat. And if you don't, you're dead. And you cannot gestate or hibernate or migrate. And this is the really the most amazing thing that we're learning on this journey. Again, we need to get away from this idea that obesity causes disease, and in actuality, fat and plump is what makes babies.
It's true.
okay.
That
I
is
still
true.
got. I have to go try and make me a baby.
We'll do it for you.
I'm just
You
gonna
came to
practice.
the right
I
spot.
think it's gonna happen, G.
I'm just gonna practice. Look at Russ. I ain't fooling with Russ.
Russ is
I'm
like,
just
"I'm out of
going to
here."
Hey,
practice.
I'm all about the practice. I'm all
Yeah,
about the
that's
practice.
all I'm gonna do is practice.
Yeah.
Doggone it. Well,
I've been
listen.
Tell me,
practicing
listen, how'd
medicine
you
for a
get
long
started
time.
sous vide? Oh, I'm sorry.
Do what?
Sous
What?
vide?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you said something about sous vide, and I heard you, and I never heard you talk about that before. You know, that's French for "I hope you're not hungry right now."
Well, here. Okay, so what happened? A company reached out to us and wanted me to do a review. But he and I was talking about a sous vide because we just seen a few, and it's like, okay, another way to prepare a steak. But honestly, that doesn't bother me. So first thing in the morning, because he eats once, I can sous vide it for 4 hours, and then he's ready to for the final. What did it for me, y'all? We had some steaks, and when I say to you, he wasn't looking. I threw mine in the trash. I when I say I was trying to eat this thing, And I was like, there's no, I mean, no, I threw it in the trash, but I ain't tell him. So he had his, and he was saying, man, this is kind of tough. He said, maybe we just need to get rid of the rest of them, is what he was talking about. And I was like, oh, yes, good, because I already threw mine in the trash. Well, they contacted us. Those steaks were in the freezer. And I said, okay, we're gonna see if sous vide work, because I'm gonna use those steaks, because I know they were headed to the trash. And oh, it that was one of the better steaks I've had. With it. Yeah. So here's another thing. I think that having that meat in there, it breaks, I don't know, some of that chewiness down. So when I take it out, dry it off, and sear it, it's like it's another whole experience. So I'm gonna try. It won't be. I won't wake up tomorrow and like, yeah, no. It'll be.
Yeah, Adam's real big on that, Lacey. You guys know Adam.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
He's all about. He's been trying to get me to do that forever. I'm like, man, who you talking to? I'm not waiting to eat hours and hours. I can't even deal with a crock pot. I got a pressure cooker because the crock pot takes too long.
Well, no, that means, Russ, you just prepare yours in the evening, because I can say I want this steak at 127, 130, and I want to eat it in 12 hours. And it will hold that temperature, and it does something with the meat in there and just really tenderizes it, and then you sear it and eat it.
Is it wrapped in plastic?
Okay, so you know that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Dr. Kiltz.
You know it is.
That was one of my issues. I said, now I'm gonna be honest. I'm putting it over in the bag, and I said, watch later on. I find out that we shouldn't have been doing this either.
Not with plastic.
Now, I'm not against sous vide. It just is to me, for the steaks I eat, it just is unnecessary. But I do think that for people eating the steaks that maybe aren't as tender, it does help render them more tender. But I don't know if you could get a black and blue on a sous vide. Laura, do you know?
No. I would say it would be very hard, even with that low temp that it does.
Yeah,
I think the internal is still going to get warm.
No.
I would
There's
not.
no way you can do the black.
I would freeze it. I would freeze that piece, and that's why. And I wrote down what you said at 400, 10 minutes on one side, 10 minutes on the other side. I wrote it down.
Not 10 on each side, 5 on each side, to get that rare, because I do my for medium rare, I do like 18, 19 minutes in my 400 degree air fryer.
Right.
Depends on how thick it is. But
no, wait a minute. It has to be, because the steak is frozen.
Yeah, but those
halfway through. Okay.
1 inch, you said 1 inch at 400 for 10 minutes should be pretty good, even if they're frozen. Thicker, longer, and if you're not sure, you take it out, I cut it open, and sometimes I'll actually even slice it a little bit in smaller chunks, not the whole steak.
Yeah, but you let it set after it's done for a few minutes anyway, like 6 to 8 minutes.
I am just gonna try it.
Yeah, you got to do it. Do it.
I have never tried the sous vide, and I pressure cook because it's just so much faster. And I stopped eating select meat a while ago. It's just choice now, and that's usually that definitely was a lot better for me. The fattier, it's the fattier, and more.
What's your best cut? What's the best cut? What's the best cut that you like to cook?
I only buy 3. There's only 3 that I buy, and I've had a recent change. But number 1 is ribeye. Picanha has swapped with New York strip. 2 and 3. New York used to be my second favorite. Picanha is now my second favorite. Shout out to Lady Picanha, Kristen from Meeting Wellness. I call her Lady Picanha. And then New York strip, and that's it. And I wait for the sales. I've got 2 big freezers full of meat. I haven't paid more than $9.99 a pound for any of it. And when they have sales, when they mark it down, I hammer them.
Where's your best?
What?
Where is the best place you find the meat? Any particular place?
Winn-Dixie in my area in Jacksonville, Florida, is the best for the sales. Costco has the best everyday prices, but I don't even buy it. I wait. I'm telling you, I've done videos about it. They started putting limits, and I'm convinced it's because of me on the because they used to not have limits. Oh, now, and I went in and got 40, 50 pounds and cleaned them out. Took everything out of there. Wow. And I went through the register. This is the first time they kind of knew me. And the lady looked at me kind of funny, but she didn't say anything. She just kept looking. And I said, I've got a pet tiger at home. And, and she's like, and then she looked, she's like, yeah, I guess you do.
Spot.
Yeah. So, but then the 3 months later, when they came out on the sale, was limit 2 pounds. That's right. Because I'm telling you, I made a joke about it because I'm like, look, they're trying to slow me down. But then they did the same thing with a different cut of meat. They had a sale on it. I went in and got like 40 pounds of it. About 3 months later, they had the sale again on that same cut of meat, and they put a limit on it 2 times in a row.
Is this 2 pounds per walk through the
yeah. It was 2. The one was 2 pounds. The other was 3 pounds. But I just went up there with like 30 pounds, and we rang it through 10 times. I said, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, but we're going to get it done because that's just great price for USDA choice. I don't buy Select anymore. It just was too much. There's a difference, and I didn't understand and really didn't know. And now that I do, there's a big difference between Select and choice meat. Prime is a little bit too much. I don't buy Prime. It's never on sale, and very few places sell it around here.
So for affordability, carnivore is one of the best food plans you can eat because 99% of what you eat is used by your body, so it's highly efficient, and you can get great pricing out there. Now, do you shop for a chicken or any other animals?
Whatever's on sale, Doc. That's what I get. Whatever's every week I get the flyers, and I kind of know the lay of the land now in my area. But Winn-Dixie's the best place for me. Costco's good too, for good everyday prices. But Winn-Dixie has the sales. Walmart, Publix, other places, they're terrible prices. It's not even close. But yeah, whatever's on sale, man. Like and I just load up on it and wait for the sales. That's how I roll. I eat plenty of ground beef. Other thing that I do, I've done very well with that, is I'll just go into the stores. I'm lucky my schedule's flexible. Go in there about 2:00 on a Wednesday afternoon or 1:00 on a Tuesday afternoon and look for the red tags. I've got a bunch of beef short rib in there that I got for like $4.99 a pound, and all kinds of things that just are marked down for quick sale. I'm really ashamed at how much joy I get in my heart when I see those red tags. I'm a grown man, Doc. Yeah. Like a little kid. When I come around that corner and I see red tags, I just like, what is it? A lot of times if I don't want, but a lot of times it's good. It's really good cuts, and it goes in the freezer, and and then I make a video about it, and people tell me how silly I am.
And pork. What's your thoughts on?
I don't. Yeah, very little pork. Very little pork. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and so I didn't grow up eating it, and so I don't really eat too much of it. Little bits, but not very much. But chicken, I don't eat chicken and seafood too much. Only when it's on sale. I'm more of a beef guy.
Beef is the best.
Let's take this question here. We'll hear from, because this is the thing for everybody wants to know. I really would like to know how to stick with this in a family full of carboholics where I am the caretaker.
So she's the shopper. He or she's the shopper, right?
Yep.
So what does the shopper?
So you are the problem.
What's her why? What you eat, right?
Yep. And what's her why? Like, or his why? you have to know what your reason is for even wanting to do this. And it has to be strong enough for you to be able to push that aside. I live in a house with a husband who has a big thing of candy bars sitting right there. It doesn't, to me, that's just poison. You have to get your mindset around it. And that's what I said earlier to that person was you need to find your tribe of people who can help combat that, or you can come on and ask questions and we can be like, looking at this way. And sometimes other people around you are not going to eat the way you do. And some
Yeah.
people are fortunate, like G's husband eats that way. Russ is like, I ain't got nobody, I don't want nobody, and I'm eating the way I want to, and he likes it that way. Robin's like halfway, and my husband eats more meat than he ever did and is better at that. But you just have to be willing to do what's right for you and get your health.
And I'm gonna make an assumption, which it may be a little judgmental, that the caretaker is the mom. And the moms really rule in the house, and they determine the health and wellness of their family. And I think we're all teaching each other a health style that your children are going to be brighter, they're going to be more vibrant, and your husband or partner is going to be the same. And when you stop bringing around the poison, they stop eating the poison because they want to eat, and they probably don't want to do all the shopping. And they're welcome to go and do the shopping for the poison, but we need to be feeding our children, our family, the very best, and carnivore is the game changer.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you, Dr. Kiltz. You were our first and only guest this entire year.
Yes.
So we would like to say thank you
Thank you,
for
Dr.
coming back. And Russ and Dr. Hampton, you guys, no, for everybody, but I'm just talking about we got some men in the building. So let me just put it like that.
Yes.
And you guys, for everyone that came on this evening, you all are that it's a first. Go ahead and close us out, Dr. Kiltz. Our new, oh, wait a minute, hang in there. Y'all don't leave. And here's why. Robin, Laura, and I created a intro and an outro.
Ooh.
So you guys will get a chance to see the outro. I did the intro you won't see until next week when the new show starts. So is there anything that you would like to add before you leave? Because I am respecting the DR in the beginning of your name.
Well, you woke me up from my sleep that I somehow was out, and that was my emergency of life. And I was like, oh, what else do I have to do? Oh my God!
Yeah, because
But
I
I
didn't
am
catch
so
you twice.
well, I am so grateful for what you guys are doing, and the more of this in 25 is going to save so many more people, and that's what we need to do. And learning from our good friend Russ, and teaching each and every one of us, and what you guys are doing in Hamptons, and all the keto carnivores. And I say keto because keto gets people in the house, and carnivore finishes off the story. That's what we're about. And
Sure.
health and wellness is not determined by your doctor, your drug, or dissection. It's determined by the deities within you. So be the right one and do the right thing, and join this amazing, amazing tribe of women and healthcare providers. And again, healthcare providers don't have to have an MD, PhD, or anything else by their name, but just human beings. Thank you.
Thank you. All hearts and mind clear. We'll see you guys
Yes.
next week.
Thank you,
Yay!
guys.